at Consim Expo in Tempe, and we've finished up a fun day of playing Labatai to Dresden. And I will show you kind of what's going on and where we're at. So let's take a look at the map. So we have concluded the 8 o'clock turn, the 8 a.m. turn, and we are on to the 8:20 turn. Oh no, we're starting the 8 o'clock turn. My apologies. Um, Here's where things are over on the Austrian Allied left wing. The French have not really made much of an effort to clear out the Austrians. They've sent infantry forward. It's been sort of stymied, trying to get across this terrain. And the Allies continue to kind of hold up here in these different villages and towns out here on the side. We can see another French infantry division trying to push its way through, and there's a decent-sized group of Austrians here deployed, ready to receive them and defend. Now, what's happened is the Marshal Murat has taken his cavalry and moved it around. There had been a blocking force that the Austrians had put up here close to Plauen. The French have moved around to the other side, and it looks like they're preparing to do some charges and whatnot over here, or potentially redeploy on the other side of the Weißritz. We're not sure what, but we've got some units there to potentially slow them down. As with that. Meanwhile, up here, closer to the redoubts, the Austrians made an attempt to attack. They've basically mauled two of Marmot's divisions. Some have lost entire battalions. Lots of stuff is routed and ground up. And the French, in order to try to prevent the Austrians from coming across and attacking redoubt number 5, blew the bridge here. And so now that's kind of forcing the Austrians, if they want to try to go anywhere, to try to see if they can capture that bridge there. Otherwise, there's a Grand Battery set up here, and the Old Guard is set up here. So it's going to be very tough. I don't think the Austrians are going to be able to make it, but we made a brave effort nonetheless. Meanwhile, over here, there's a number of French batteries that have been deployed, and they are starting to just really wear down on the Austrian forces over here. Saint-Cyr's Corps had come out launching some attacks, the idea being to disrupt and maybe separate the Austrians from their Prussian allies. Oh, I see Jerry is saying hello. Yep. Good evening, and Jerry. Glad that you could tune in here. So they had come out. They tried to make a series of attacks, and this one particular Russian position battery had staved off multiple infantry attacks and cavalry charges. We've decided they're going to get the Legion of Honor award here, because after all that they've done, they've just been wreaking havoc on the French and haven't been able to be captured, killed, or destroyed. So they're doing a great job. So with that crisis, the Prussians came across the Katzbach and started to attack the French over on here, on this western side of Strehlen, and have pushed the French back. Saint-Cyr's Corps was already in pretty bad shape from the combat the day before, and so now there is that corps, Saint-Cyr's Corps, is withdrawn, is pulling back. The Prussians are keeping up the pressure. They have pretty badly mauled and pushed back the Young Guard division. I think it's the second division of the Young Guard, and they've been using these beautiful elite Russian and Prussian grenadiers and guard infantry, and have uh, been making a mess of things. And there's even more Prussians and stuff in reserve that hasn't even come into play yet. The French had set up two grand batteries over here in the Gross Garden, and that is keeping the Allies at what they thought was a safe distance. Meanwhile, they're sort of massing out on this side, getting ready to make some attacks. And then finally, over here on the far right wing of the Allied army, we've got this, Russian avant-garde division and some heavy cavalry. We're threatening to perhaps make an end run around the French line and capture redoubt number one. But the French have moved some Guard light cavalry and a division of Ney's Young Guard over here to stop it. So it's interesting how things are developing. And that's kind of how things are set. Oh, Donut, I'm sorry to hear that you dropped your phone and it's broken. That's always sad when that happens. And Grim says, oh, Dresden. Yes, it is Dresden. So it's a lovely map. It's a fun game. We're having a good time with it all. And tomorrow I'm going to be taking a break from Dresden. My colleagues who are here who are playing it are going to be continuing on for the day, but I'm going to be playing another game, and I'm going to show you guys that here in just a minute. Give me a second. I'm going to walk across the game hall here to the ballroom to where that game is and talk about that a little bit. So here we go. All right, and here's what we have got going on that I'll be playing tomorrow. This is Alau 1807. This is from Sound of Drums Games. And this is what it looks like. We're going to be playing the Grand Battle scenario. We've got the Russians deployed out here, and the French. I'll bring it in here a little bit so people can see the counters and the artwork. It's a very nice game, lovely components. If I can get my phone to zoom in here properly. Really, really nice. And I'm looking forward to trying it. It's got some very interesting game mechanics. And so we will see how all of that works. It will be my first time really playing. I did not play this large scenario before. I just played a couple of small scenarios to kind of get my feet wet of sorts with the game. So we'll be playing the Grand Battle, so we'll have the army fatigue and all of that stuff. So here's kind of what that looks like, where you've got your various divisions, and then you are going to be activating them or giving them orders for that turn. You've got your army fatigue, so as you use different spend fatigue points, as you lose units, you lose fatigue points. So this kind of measures the idea of fatigue, morale as things go by. And so I'm looking for, and I will then have the convention kind of talking about and opinions of the game. All right, everybody, I'm going to say farewell for the evening. I'll report back on how things are going tomorrow. So in the meantime, everyone, be well.